What's up, guys? Rick from DFS On Demand here with my one and done video for the Sentry Tournament of Champions. If you want a preview and a full DFS analysis breakdown where I go through all the tools and all the players, please go watch my video for the Sentry Tournament of Champions for DraftKings. This is just going to be in regards to the one and done pool that I'm in and strategy around that. So if you're not aware of this, I am in a one and done pool with 1,700 of my closest friends, a very large pool. I have 3 entries in it. It's a $50 buy-in. So we've got 3 bullets to figure out each week, and I'm gonna talk through my strategy and who I'm going to be playing each and every week. Then we can follow along with my my progress. I made a video on how to win or how to find success in a one and done pool where I talked more basic strategy. So let's just jump right into this and talk about this week's Sentry Tournament of Champions. First of all, this is my one and done tool that I built specifically for this reason on dfsondemand.com. So what I'm looking for here, this is obviously a unique event. There's no cut. So everyone who's playing in it, 34 players are, barring withdrawal, injury, disqualification, whatever, are going to play 4 rounds. Everyone's going to make a paycheck. I think the lowest payout's like $40,000 or $60,000. We're probably looking to get closer to 200,000. That's something I'll say a lot this year. We make 200,000 every week. We're probably going to have a good chance of winning this thing, or at least being at the top. Talked a little bit about strategy in my original video where I will probably save a lot of my studs for the second segment. The second segment of the year would be like the second 9 events. Sorry, so it would be like starting 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, like right here at the Valspar, and going through, what would that be, like the players. There's a lot of big prize pools in there, and there's 2 majors. So we have a chance of winning the second segment. We have a chance of winning the majors if we have good success there. And then, of course, if we have a successful second segment, we're on track to have a successful year. So I will probably burn a lot of my guys in the second segment. With that being said, I'm not going to be burning a stud this week. And it's really enticing. It's really enticing to week 1 look at the list of 20 or 10 studs in the field. Like there's 10 studs in the field. Like go use one of those and try to win the prize, right? Like go get first and get out to a head start. I think that's a little ill-advised just because of everyone's getting a paycheck here. Like we have no concerns over anyone getting cut. And the Tournament of Champions is only a $6.3 million prize pool, or purse, I guess I should call it, which is one of the lowest on tour this year. So the strategy of burning your studs in large purse events is viable. So we're not going to burn one here in one of the lowest prize pools of the year. So with that being said, let's click the Sentry Tournament of Champions here and just see who's had success. The chalk is at the top. It's Spieth, it's Thomas, it's Matsuyama, it's Koepka. I love Koepka here. I really, really love Koepka here. If I was going to go up and pay for a top 10 player, it would probably be Koepka. I'm going to save him. I'm going to pocket him for probably a major or something further down the road. But if you're really dying to play someone in the top 10, I think he's got the best value. I'll be playing a lot of him in DFS. Hot hands, it's kind of tough to say because a lot of these guys haven't played in months. Some of them have not played since the Tour Championship. So we don't really have a hot hand aspect here. So that just kind of leaves us with like what our strategy is going to be. And I'm going to just switch over to my cheat sheet real quick because I have the odds to win this event. And here's the field of 34. So when you look at this, there are clearly guys in this field who cannot win this event. It's probably the bottom, at least the bottom 8, which watch, now one of them is going to go off and win this thing. But like, I have no problem fading, right? Like any of these bottom 8 to 10 guys. They're just not going to win this event often enough, if ever. I don't want to completely punt these picks away. So I want someone who at least has like maybe top 5 or top 10 upside. Um, Unlikely that I choose someone who can win this week without going to get a stud. So I don't want to completely punt this away. What I'm looking for are guys who I would probably not use anywhere else this year. And guys that I think fit that mold are Kevin Kisner. So Kisner is going to be one of my picks for the one and done. So he's right here. He's 25 to 1 to win this thing, which is actually pretty good. It's what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10th? 10th best odds to win this thing. Or I guess a tie for 9th if you include Leishman, right? He's had success here in the past. I don't think he's played since, let's see, 2016, but he had a 9th place finish. If he finished 9th place here again, I'd probably be pretty happy. And he is coming off a 4th place at the RSM Classic, which was the last time he teed it up. So again, that was weeks ago. It was a much significantly worse field, obviously, but he's at least playing pretty good golf. So Kisner will be one of my choices this week. I probably would have used him maybe like somewhere in Georgia when we got there, but I'm not worried about not having Kisner for the rest of the year. And I think he's got, top 5, 10 upside here. Another guy I'll probably throw a bullet at. So I'm going to use my 3 bullets to just try to take a couple of these mid-tier guys and hope one of them spouts off a top 5 or a top 10, right? Pops one off. And then I'll, as we start going to see, if we have an entry out in the lead, we might play it safe one week. So we're going to talk about all that. But right now, I'm just throwing 3 bullets at guys that I hope one of them pops off. Kisner's one. Xander Schauffele, I'm very much torn about. I would really like to use him right now. Coming off the Tour Championship win, he's 25 to 1 to win this thing. I love his game, but I think I kind of want to save him for later. If his rookie year was any indication, this kid's going to be awesome. I almost want to keep him in my back pocket. I haven't decided on that. He might be my 3rd guy. We'll talk about it. Cam Smith is definitely going to be one. So Cam Smith, 30 to 1 to win this thing. I talked about him a lot on the DFS video, on the DraftKings video. He'll be in a lot of my DFS lineups. Last time he teed it up, he won. It was the Australian PGA Championship. So recent winner, 30 to 1 to win this thing, which is a pretty good price. Same price as Berger, Perez. Better than Chappell, better than Henley, those guys. So he's definitely going to be number 2. Now my number 3 bullet is the one I'm probably the most torn on. I can show you a couple of let me see if I can do this real quick. Here is everyone in the field this week with how much money they've made career at Kapalua at this event. And Henley pops off here. He had one good finish. Pat Perez is here. Like no one else is really that interesting to me. So I'm kind of just going in the dark on this 3rd one. It's either going to be Austin Cook or Xander Schauffele. I think the smarter play is to probably man, this is tough. I really want to use Schauffele this week, but I really want to keep him too. So I will probably hang on to him. So I will go with Kisner. I will go with Cam Smith. And would I be a super square if I just went and played Austin Cook? I feel like that's going to be a pretty square play. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can find a stat. Here's Austin Cook's PGA profile. He's only played 14 events on tour. He's actually made 11 cuts and he's won an event. But here's the last 4 from this season, right? So he was building up to this. 2 top 25s at the Sanderson and the Shriners. Makes the cut at the OHL Classic. Then he goes out and wins the RSM. And that's the last time he teed it up. That's what got him into this event. What I like about him is that he had to go really low to win that. So he shoots 21 under par, shot a 62 in the 2nd round. All 4 rounds, 67 or better. If you go watch the DraftKings video, you're going to need to make a ton of birdies out here to win this thing. So good to see that he can do that. I'm really torn on this. I'm going to play Austin Cook. I might regret that when Schauffele goes out and like finishes second place in this thing. But I would like to save him for later. So my 3 that I'm going to play are Kisner, who did I say? Cam Smith and Austin Cook. And then next week we'll talk about how those guys finished. And then once we have one, so with those 3, one of them is going to be better than the rest, right? Like we're going to have different ranked entries, and then we're going to have to decide how we want to start dealing with those entries. Like maybe not on week 2, but later in the season, entries that we need to catch up with, we're going to have to take bigger risks on or something like that. So we'll talk about that more this week, but those are my 3 bullets for the one and done, or I guess we should call it the 3 and done because I've got 3 entries into it for this week, and we'll see how they go. Let me know who you're playing. Tweet me. It's at DFS On Demand, or leave a comment below. Talk to you guys soon. See ya.